The Golden Rules of Freedom, number 2. Death is the only release. It is only over when you die or we die. Death is the only release from our grip. I repeatedly explain this. I am not advocating that you kill yourself, but rather I am reinforcing to you that owing to the narcissistic perspective, we regard you as our property. You belong to us, and that ownership lasts until either you die or we die. I know some people regard such a comment as grandiosity on my part. Oh, HG, they say, that's just you wanting to sound powerful. No, it isn't. True, it is a manifestation of power, but it is a fact, and if you fail to abide by this golden rule, then you will not achieve and maintain your freedom from our kind. If you think such a comment is just a manifestation of grandiosity, and that your entanglement with the narcissist is over and will never be resurrected, then you are falling prey to your emotional thinking. You will lower your guard. You will engage with us again, and you will be ensnared in some form. I have seen it happen repeatedly with my victims. Further, I have lost track of the number of times honest readers have stated, "You were right, HG. He or she came back." Of course he or she did. We always will if the opportunity arises, because we consider you as our property. You are our appliance, and we have invested in you. We want to capitalize on that investment time and time again. You may state with conviction that this was the final discard. Such a phrase makes me roll my eyes, because there is no such thing. Those that declare that it was invariably stated do so from one of two perspectives. Firstly, that they have done something so terrible to the narcissist that he or she would never dare to darken their doorstep again. Or, secondly, it is said because they want the twisted confirmation that it isn't actually the final discard, and the narcissist will return because the addicted victim wants the narcissist to return again. Such conviction is dangerous. It breeds complacency. It makes you vulnerable. I will not deny that there are certain acts which are committed against us that result in massive wounding. These acts invariably lead to your disengagement, and our kind may well skulk away, tail between legs, and not be seen or heard of for some time. But it is only a temporary state of affairs. There is always a risk we will return. It may be a very low risk, or a very high risk, but the risk remains, and a lot of the time, owing to naivety and ineffective supposed no-contact regimes, the risk is higher than you realize. Owing to the innate addiction you have to our kind, and your inherent susceptibility to the fraudulent effects of emotional thinking, the risk is often higher than you actually realize. By understanding that it is never over until you die or we die, ensures you avoid the complacency which results in ensnarement. I do not mean you have to live your life thereafter always looking after your shoulder, but ensuring that you do not adopt the mantle of arrogance that we are gone for good. By maintaining the mindset that there is always a risk, you will automatically create a logic defense, so that you, over time, and with the adoption of additional techniques which I can detail to you, automatically maintain your vigilance, so then it does not feel like the burden it once was when you first embarked on no contact. Every one of my romantic victims has been hoovered by me. I do not draw them back into the formal relationship as I have a nomadic approach to them, but they have all been hoovered for fuel in one form or another. I hoovered 1 after a 12-year hiatus. Do not regard this golden rule as one of inducing fear and despair, but instead apply it so that you maintain your awareness and your guard is not lowered. By understanding and applying this rule, you are far less likely to commit the elementary errors that those disregarding this rule will make. Our mindset says it is never over until death comes. Our need for fuel and other elements of the prime aims means that it is never over until death comes. Our ability to return in so many different ways means that it is never over until death comes. By combining this golden rule with my material, however, you can ensure that it may as well be over, because your education and application of this education means the risk of our return has been reduced and maintained at a very low level indeed. Disregard this golden rule of freedom, and your risk will increase.